Yes, what a moment this was. Probably the biggest moment so far at the Commonwealth Games. Yarnell Hughes thought he had crossed the line first. He had crossed the line first with the Trinidadian runner alongside him. In fact, they were both given the same time, but Hughes was deemed to be the fastest and the first past the line by virtue of the photo finish. Now, he was celebrating his lap of honour, but the Trinidadian team lodged a complaint saying that their runner had been impeded on the way to the line. And certainly watching the race live, along with everybody else inside the Carrara Stadium, you'd have to say that it did look like a really messy finish. Anyway, the Trinidadians won their appeal, and we had this vision of Hughes being told that he was no longer the Commonwealth champion, and he looked absolutely distraught. England then lodged an appeal, and by this time it was about midnight local time. The lights had gone out around Gold Coast, but the lights inside the stadium still blazing brightly as the officials tried to sort out what had become a bit of a messy situation. But they stood by their decision, and England lost their gold medal and Trinidad gained one. A really compelling hour at the athletics track. Interestingly enough, not in the newspapers, of course, Tolson, because it all happened too late in the day for the newspapers to pick it up.
Well, what are we looking out for today then? We had the controversy then from Wednesday evening. Thursday evening. What are we looking out for in Friday's session, especially maybe in the track and field today?
Well, I've just been out to buy the morning newspapers to find out what I can look forward to. It's quite difficult in the local ones to get past Usain Bolt. He was in the stadium last night. He arrived about 24 hours ago. And look at that, he's right on the front of the newspapers here. Everybody's still talking about Usain Bolt, and he's a mere spectator at these games. Interestingly enough, in the other local newspaper here, the Courier Mail, a little one on Australia winning the gold medal in the volleyball. And I just want to point this out. I know we're at the Commonwealth Games, but this is a national newspaper, Tolson. You're probably familiar with it, the Daily Telegraph. There's really very little about the Commonwealth Games in here at all. In fact, the big sports story for them, and it takes up pages of the newspaper, is all about Winx, this incredible horse that could break Black Caviar's 25-race winning streak at Royal Randwick this weekend. So the Commonwealth Games still struggling to take its place in the national debate here, sporting debate. But what is there to look forward to? Well, it's a shame because there's a lot to look forward to, Tolson. Caster Semenya in the 800 metres could get South Africa's 11th gold medal, and she is the hot favourite. And we also have to take a look at Katarina Johnson-Thompson in the heptathlon. 3 more events today, finishing with the 800 metres. She leads overnight, having done 4 of the events, but she doesn't look like she's enjoying this at all. She comes here as the indoor champion, but it's been really strange watching her, Tolson. She doesn't look to be enjoying the competition. It looks a little bit half-hearted. She's so far out in front of the others that she will probably win gold, but questions remain on whether she can compete at this high standard.
Be like you, Chris Mitchell, out in front of all the other broadcasters. We'll leave it there for now. See you in the next hour. And one of the big names in the Europa League has failed to qualify for the semi-finals after Lazio went out to Austrian Salzburg, who won 6-5 on aggregate, having won the opening